Hello and welcome to I Love 3D Printing. My name is John and today I'm going to take you through how you can make your very own Grinch Stanley topper just in time for the holiday season. The correct images to be searching for, how to convert them into the correct file type, and then we're going to hop over into Tinkercad and then I'll show you how to export the file itself and open up into your favorite slicing software and send it off to the printer. So if that sounds good, please stick around. And don't worry, if you don't want to go through the whole design procedure and you just want this particular file yourself to print off, then I'll also release this for free, which I'll talk about later on in the video. Now let's get cracking on with the design. Okay, so the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to have to look for a suitable picture. What I normally do is I'll go to Google and I will type something like the Grinch and put outline at the end. That brings up these images. If you click over to images itself and look for one that takes your interest, this is the one that I obviously chose, and then simply right click and go to save image as. Now I like to rename the image here so it doesn't get lost amongst all the other files. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Grinch, and we're going to, as you can see, this is a JPEG file, so we're going to save that image. And there we go. Now the problem is JPEG images don't work very well for us inside Tinkercad itself, so we need to convert that image. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to this website here, convertio.co. It's a free website, and what we're going to do is we're going to convert a file, and we're going to choose our file, and then we're going to go to the where we've downloaded our file, which was this one here. So when it's uploaded, we need to go to here and we need to look for SVG. If you can't see SVG, it's probably because you've hovered over one of these other options here, but make sure you go to image and then over to SVG. Then we hit convert. This should take a couple of seconds and then we can hit the download button there. And now we have our Grinch SVG file, which we can use a bit later on. The next thing we need to do is we need to go to a website called Photopea. Yet again, another free website. Photopea. And open that up. And this is pretty much Photoshop, but for free. And now what we can do is we can start a new project. Just choose anything here. It doesn't matter. Click create, and then we go over to file. Open, and then we open the original file that we downloaded, which was this one, the JPEG file. Now what we need to do is we need to create a suitable background for our topper. We need to create a suitable background, which will be this black piece on mine here. So for Tinkercad to pick up the image better, it needs to be a stark contrasting image. So what we're going to do is we're going to paint this particular model in black. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So what we need to do is we need to go to our magic wand tool here on the left hand side. Click that and then simply click anywhere in the background of the image itself. And as you can see, you get these dotted lines that are going all the way around our image. We need to invert this actual selection. So the first thing we need to do is we need to go up to select, go down to inverse, click that, and now we've inversed the selection, so it's just selecting the actual image of the Grinch. Then we need to go over to our brush tool, which is this one right here. We can change the size of our brush like so. Doesn't matter what size, bigger the better really. And then what we're going to do is make sure we're on black down here and we're going to start painting in. Now, as you can see, it doesn't go outside the outline because we've inversed the selection. So that makes things a lot easier. See, wasn't that hard. Now what we need to do is we need to go to our file and we want to export. And we're going to export this again as a JPEG. The reason being is for some reason, when we export as a SVG in Photopea, Tinkercad struggles with it. So we will export as a JPEG and we'll convert to a SVG in a minute. So we'll convert this as a JPEG. And we're going to cut the quality right up, and I'm going to give it a different name, the Grinch. We're going to call this BG for background. Save that. And then we're going to go to our convert IO again, and we're going to hit convert more files. We're going to choose our file, but this time we're going to go to the Grinch background, which has gone into my downloads folder. We're going to open this, and we're going to convert it, you guessed it, to an SVG. Click convert. Within a couple of seconds, the file should be ready. There we go. Click download, and now we have our two SVG files. We've got our original image as an SVG and our background image as an SVG. Now we're going to go over to Tinkercad. We'll click on create, 3D design, and this will load us up a brand new design and work plane to work with. So we now need to import our two SVG files. First things first, let's change the name of the file itself. So we're going to call this the Grinch Straw Topper. Then we're going to go to import, choose our file. We'll go with the first one first because it only lets you do one at a time. We'll click open. And I'm going to change this dimension to 80 mil. Slightly smaller than the one we've already printed off. I made a mistake with this one and I printed it at 100, and as you can see, it's quite big. It's up to you what you want to go with, but personally I wanted to make mine slightly smaller. So we're going to import that. There's our first one. I'm going to move this over to out the way to the right, and then we're going to import the second SVG, which was our background file. Again, choosing exactly the same size, 80. Make sure you click off it so the width changes as well. Then click import. And that creates our background file. Now what we need to do is we need to invert this, because at the moment that's the outline. We don't want it to print the outline. We actually want it to print the invert. So we want it to print the actual skin and the hat. We don't want it the outlines. The outlines are made up from the background itself. So the first thing we do is we get our background image and we make a copy. So up here to copy, then paste. And that gives us our second copy of the background. Now, what we need to do is we need to make this the size of the actual color. So here, as you can see, I've made a 3 mil of height of the color itself. So we'll click on this one here, which is our depth. We'll change that to 3 and hit enter, and that's going to be our color layer. Then what we need to do is we need to take our outline and we need to move it over the top of our actual print. So what we can do is we can select both, and we can go to the align button, and we can press middle align and center align, and that puts the sort of cookie cutter exactly as it needs to be on the actual layer itself. We then select the cookie cutter alone and we turn that into a hole. Then we select both layers again and we now group the layer. And what that does is, in a couple of seconds, it cuts out the actual layer that we want. Now, as you can see, it's left a layer on the outside. Sorry, it's left a line, an outline. And what we're going to do is we're going to use a function on this particular program called the sketch function to get rid of these sort of unwanted lines. So we get the sketch button and we drag it over to the canvas, and that zooms in nicely for us. Now what I suggest you do before starting anything with the sketch tool is turn off the snap feature in the bottom right hand corner. So we'll turn that off. And then what we do is we just start clicking around the areas like this. Nice and simple, take your time with it. And then join them up. And as you can see, that has created a selection around that particular area there. Now, if I click Finish Sketch, it's actually a solid, but we can change that to a whole. You select the whole thing again, both parts, and hit Group. And as you'll see, when it's done its thing, that particular piece of outline is now gone. So we will just continue on around the whole of the outline, getting rid of all that unwanted extrusion. So getting the sketch tool, dragging it on, clicking, and then clicking. And you can go as far as you want, or you can do it slowly and take off pieces that you wouldn't want. See how I've made a mistake there? If you hit backspace, it gets rid of the last point. Just being mindful to stay within the areas that you don't want to keep. The more you do this, the easier it gets. It's definitely one of those things that looks a little bit daunting, but once you've done it a few times, you realize just how simple it actually is. It should be noted that I'm using a mouse with a middle wheel or mouse button free. So by clicking it in, I can now move the canvas to a new area. Kicking that the middle mouse wheel in, that's what that does. Okay, so now we've got our outline removed. We've got the image looking nice and clean. Maybe now we should think about colors. It doesn't matter because the software that we're going to use to 3D print it, the slicer itself, that'll be where we dedicate our colors. But just to differentiate between the two, I'm going to change this one to a green color, and we're going to change this background to a black. Now, the actual background piece should be height-wise 14 mil. I've found 14 mil is the perfect depth for a Stanley straw holder. What we're going to do is we are going to put this on top of this. And the way you do that is you need to get your work plane tool, drag it onto the top of your background layer, and select your Grinch and press D. That means that that particular file or layer is actually working on this new plane now. It just makes things a lot easier. We select the work plane again, and we put it back down onto the default work plane. Select the two pieces together like so. Go to your align tool again, and we're going to hit center and center, and that puts him perfectly on top of your background, like that. The other thing we need to do now is we need to put our hole through the center for our straw. So we're going to select the cylinder tool, this one right here. We're going to select the whole one because this is going to cut through the center. Remember, we don't want the solid one. We don't want that one. We want our hole. Now, we want to put our segments right up so we get a perfect circle, a circular edge to the actual hole that's going to be created. So we need to change the size. Now, the size to me, I've found is perfect if you do 10 mil by 10 mil. And that should fit any Stanley straw. Let's increase the height of this. Doesn't matter how tall you make it, as long as it goes all the way through your design. And then we also need to rotate the design itself. So we get this and we rotate it 90 degrees that way. And then we rotate it 90 degrees that way. We take it over the top and we need to drop it onto the actual work plane here. So press D, goes to the very bottom, but we don't want it right at the bottom of the background. So we select the background layer itself, the black background layer itself, and the hole, not the top layer, because that'll mess things up. Just these two, the background and the straw itself. And then we go to our align tool again, and we select middle align and middle align there. And that is perfect all the way through the center, as you can see. Select both again if you've clicked off like I did, and then select group. And what that'll do is that'll cut a hole straight through the center of your straw topper. Okay, so now we've got the design totally done. We need to make sure we click off the design itself, because by selecting just that layer, it will literally export just that layer. So we need to click off, and then we need to go to export, and we export our STL. Once that's exported, we double click it, and that will open up in your favorite software. So the first thing we need to do is make sure we've got the correct filament loaded up, the correct colors and the correct types of filament that we have in our AMS. And then we click on objects and we go to our paint bucket tool right there, and we choose the color in which we want to choose. So we're going to go with the hat for starters. Click on fill and just simply click on the different areas for different colors. So we'll go with white for the fur on the hat, green for the actual face of the Grinch. We're going to go with the inside of the nose and the actual eye. No, sorry, that's wrong. The actual eyebrows and the eyelids. And then we're going to go with white for the eyeballs. And there we have the Grinch straw topper with a hole all the way through the center. Let's slice this and see how long it's going to take to print. So that's going to take 2 hours and 15 minutes to print, 2 hours and 24 minutes for total time. Obviously, if you were planning on selling these, you would fill the bed up. That would take considerably less time and cost considerably less money as well. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed that. So now you know how to make your very own Grinch straw topper. Now, obviously, it doesn't have to end there. You can make anything. Once you know the process, you can simply make anything. This is just something that I thought would be good for the holiday season. Now, if you don't want to go through the whole design process and you'd rather just download the file and print it off straight away, I've made it free to anyone who signs up to my newsletter. Simply go to ilove3dprinting.com/library and you will be shown there what you need to do. It's very simple. Pop in your email address and you will be given a password that you can use to access our free files. Thank you very much for sticking around. I hope you've learned something from this. I hope you found it useful. If you have, make sure to give us a thumbs up, and by all means, please feel free to subscribe to us, because I'm going to be doing these very regular. Until next time, guys, I'll see you all later.